Good morning, guys. What's going on? It's a pleasure. My name is Gerardo Lopez. It's a pleasure to be here. Today, the topic of the lightning talk is about supercharge your ML workflows using Kubeflow pipelines and Tekton Integrations. I work on Veritas Automata, like principal engineer. I am Google Developer Cloud in cloud technologies and participate in the cloud native LATAM community, all about cloud native, Kubernetes, and other things. It's a pleasure to be here. I hope that you can enjoy the sessions. And of course, we will have a couple of minutes in order to talk and answer questions. Okay, how many of you have experience using Kubeflow pipelines? Yes, excellent. How many of you have experience using Tekton? Nice. How many of you has experience with machine learning? Nice. So, the most important thing when we are developing or building different things about machine learning flows is understand that we have a couple of serious steps that we need to achieve. For example, from development to deploy is so amazing and interesting journey in order to achieve. For this reason, using Kubeflow pipelines or KFP, because Kubeflow pipeline is so long, KFP, we can have a comprehensive solution for deploying, orchestrating, and managing machine learning workflows, enabling seamless integration of various ML frameworks. But the most important thing is Kubeflow runs under Kubernetes. So we can take advantage about all the features of Kubernetes, like nodes, pods, auto-scaling, and so on, and scale our machine learning workflow as we want. But what happened when we need to implement a CI and CD integration in our workflow? Because in machine learning, regularly, the data science, we focus to train and deploy, to train and deploy. But what happened behind the scenes? What happened with the development? What happened with the testing? Sometimes we can ignore these steps, but it is where Tekton comes in order to help us. Tekton offers a flexible and scalable framework for building continuous integration and continuous delivery system, facilitating the creation, of course, of efficient and customizable pipelines for automating the deployment and management of applications. In other words, we can say that using Tekton, we can integrate testing, development, deployment, our machine learning workflow, all in one place. Of course, Tekton is not only for machine learning. Tekton you can use for all different behaviors or different use cases, and it's very useful. And mainly, Tekton use Kubernetes native features. It is the most important thing. So for this reason, KFP and Tekton match together and create a great team. What is the traditional use case that I want to show you? For example, if you want to automate the development, testing, and deployment of the complex machine learning applications, you can do it both technologies. For example, you can use Kubeflow pipelines for managing the end-to-end machine learning. It is the main functionality. Why? Because KFP offers you a user interface very friendly in order that you can interact with the different pipelines, with the different steps of your pipeline. What about Tekton? Tekton can help you to orchestrate all the CI/CD processes. It is great because you can have, again, in CI/CD side, test development, testing flow, and the CD, you can deploy the things into Kubernetes. The teams can establish a robust framework for continuous integrations and delivery of machine learning models. This combined approach streamlines the entire ML lifecycle from, important here, data preprocessing and model training to automating testing and deployment, ensuring scalability, reproducibility, and efficient management of machine learning pipelines within Kubernetes environment. And so it is maybe the most important phrase for me in this session, thus accelerating the delivery of reliable and high-quality machine learning solutions. Okay, it's enough. I love theory. Gerardo, you talked a lot. Theory. I want to see a demo. Of course, I have 6 minutes in order to explain a demo, both technologies. I will do my best in order that you can see an overall, a high overall about this architecture. So, in my stack, I am using GKE cluster because this GKE is based on Kubernetes, or have the experience using Kubernetes in Google Cloud. KFP Tekton. This project is a community project, and this project bringing the both worlds, KFP and Tekton together. Right now, this is an open project, very available that the people can contribute. KFP Tekton SDK, why? Because we want to integrate this project into Python code in order to create YAMLs. What is the magic? The magic is using this SDK, I can compile Python code and convert or transform into YAML files, Tekton files, in order to deploy into Kubernetes. And lastly, I am using this version, Python 3.11.6, totally available to use. Very stable. Okay, so let me jump to the demo. Of course, the first thing that you need to do is check that your cluster is running, is healthy, and after that, we want to install the KFP Tekton project. I am using the version 1.8.0. It is the stable version of master, but if you go to the branch or you go to the repository, you will see that there are other branches totally available that the people can use. Right now, there are important branch working on the KFP version 2. I am using the version 1, but there are people working in the version 2. This project deploy a couple of manifests, a couple of CRDs into Kubernetes in order that Kubeflow, pipelines, and Tekton can work together. Config maps, secrets, deployments, all needed in one place. Okay, that's it. Of course, we need to check the new namespaces created by this project. 3 new spaces, Kubeflow, and 2 related with pipelines. Like a senior DevOps or developer like you are, of course you need to go in every namespace to check the pods, review the health of the pods in every namespace. Right now all is ready. And the next step, I will create a port forwarding to the Kubeflow machine learning UI in the Puerto 8080 in order to see that the Kubeflow pipeline user interface is working without any problem. So it is the interface. So here is where the magic happened. So I have this code, Python code, with the different references, dependencies, and one condition extension of Python code. So easy. Right now I need to use the DSL and components libraries from KFP Tekton. I need to install the SDK. I am doing that here. I am checking the Python environment or the Python version that I am using. I need to prepare the environment in Python. You can do all the strategy that you want. I am using the M environment. And lastly, I need to install the KFP Tekton in order to use into my Python code. Different dependencies, that's it. We are ready. So this demo is trying to simulate the Fleetcoin application, the Fleetcoin games, heads or tails. So we have 3 important methods, random num, Fleetcoin, and print message. Very intuitive. The first one generate random num, Fleetcoin output heads or tails, and print message, of course, prints a message. The magic, it is important thing here, the components. A component in KFP pipelines means that I will take the Python code and will into a base image and we create a container without any effort. You don't need to know any about Docker. You don't need to know about anything else, because thanks to the components library, create component, we are taking the random num and put into the base image of Python, and KFP Tekton will create a container for you without any effort from you. The correlator of the pipeline, the name of description, and in the line 48, I will create the pipeline. Important thing here, the condition. The condition library is the responsible for delegate when the component will be run. In other words, for every condition that you will see is a new pod that KFP will create for us. If the condition is heads, I will take this part. If the condition is tails, I will have this other path. Lastly, the Tekton compiler is responsible for take the Python code and transform into Tekton YAML code, totally available and ready to deploy into Kubernetes. We are very close to finish the demo. I run the Python tree, condition, ls, and I'm checking that a new file were created, the condition YAML. We'll see the pipeline room with the Tekton approach. We're using the task, pipeline room, pipe reference, all the features that we can use using Tekton. Of course, you can go more into. Right now, the strategy is go to the UI from the KFP and import or upload the new file that we created. Couple of things, and we'll see the graph that this technology creates for us. Every rectangular is a new pod or a pod that this framework can create for us. I will run the pipeline, and I can see how the graph started to build all the different steps based on the different conditions. Again, every condition is a new pod, so we can scale up what we want, so easy for us. So let me explain a little bit, very quickly, finishing. The flip coin step returns 1. Yeah, it means heads. So it means that this condition is the 50. The 57 will be ignored because the result was heads. So the condition is validated, is equals to heads, okay? Go through, random num, the logs returns a 3. It means that the line to execute is the 50, 55, because the 53 is not achieving, because the value is not greater than 5, because it is 3. For this reason, in condition 2, is not any is executed, and the print message is not executed. The condition 3 is executed. For this reason, the print message 2, if we go to the logs, we can see the message. So the demo is so easy, but my idea is that you can integrate and expand the functionality as you want. Depends on the different features that you need to implement. Okay, I don't know, maybe if you have questions, something like that. Yes, sir. David.
Thank you. There are multiple CI/CD systems, so is there a specific reason why you chose Tekton to work with Kubeflow?
Yeah. Thank you so much. So it's a good question, because at the end, exactly, there are different approaches. But why Tekton? Because Tekton works not totally native with Kubernetes. We take advantage about things like taints, tolerations. For example, what happens if you have different nodes, different nodes. For example, in production you have CPU, resources, memory. So if you want to deploy and to say, okay, this machine learning workflow, I want to deploy this into this specifically auto-scaling group, thanks to Tekton, you can use labels in Kubernetes, and you can say, okay, this deployment, I will put this label, environment equals production. So Tekton understands that and go using the taints and toleration approach of Kubernetes and deploy this into this specifically node group. So, of course, I can continue talking about different advantages to use Kubernetes, but Tekton improve a lot the activity or the work to use things totally related to native in Kubernetes. It is the reason, the main reason for my case. No questions? Okay? Appreciate the time. Tell to me if you want to talk more about KFP, other things, other initiatives. In our case, Very happy, appreciate the time, and see you soon.